Lily's dishes are delicious. And delicious is this Italian wedding soup that I just made. One weekend I went to a seminar and at lunchtime they served Italian wedding soup. It was my first time having it and I fell in love with it instantly. The combination of the meatballs, the veggies, and that spinach and pasta just does it. So I came home, made my own version, and here I am sharing it with you. Let's start by cutting the veggies. 3 celery sticks, I'm going to cut them in small little cubes. If you prefer bigger pieces, that's perfectly fine. Once I'm done with the celery sticks, I'll do the same thing with the carrots. And I have 4 carrots here. First, I'm going to cut the carrots in longer strips and then in small little cubes. On the fine side of the shredder, I'm going to shred half of the onion. The other half I'm going to save for the soup. This half that I'm shredding here is going to go into the meatballs. I like a lot of flavor in the meatballs and onions really help enhance that flavor. Once I'm done shredding it, I'm going to place it in a small dish and set it aside. The other half of the onion I'm going to cut in small pieces. This one is for the soup, so I'm going to place it together with the carrots and the celery that I just cut. Now let's chop one bunch of fresh parsley leaves in small tiny pieces. This one will go into the meatballs. And everything that I'm going to put into the meatballs, I'm placing into the mixing bowl of a stand mixer. I'm also placing 1.5 pounds ground chicken, 1.5 pounds ground beef, and 2 tablespoons of salt. 1 teaspoon black pepper, 1 egg, the shredded onion, half a cup Italian breadcrumbs, half a cup of water. Mix everything until well combined. If you don't have a stand mixer, you can mix it by hand, not a problem. In the pot we are going to cook the soup. Bring some water to boil and then go ahead, get busy and make the meatballs. And to make my meatballs the same size, I'm going to use an ice cream scooper. And I prefer to use the smaller ice cream scooper. I like the meatballs to be smaller. It's easier to cook them and it's much easier to eat them actually. Well, this process kept me busy for a while. I only made 67 of them. Not bad. I'm cooking an 8-quart pot of soup, so this is the amount I need for it. The water is boiling and now it's perfect time to put the vegetables and the meatballs. I'm going to put them all at the same time, so in goes the veggie and then it's time for the meatballs. Carefully place them one by one because you don't want that water to splatter and burn yourself, and you don't want to put all the meatballs in at once and distort the shape. So just gently place them in the water. Now let them boil for a good half hour. This is the lovely pasta that I'm going to use. So while the soup is boiling, I'm going to boil the pasta as well. In boiling water in a separate pot, I'm going to take half a cup of the pasta and boil it until it's done. Then rinse it off really well and set it aside. 1 bunch of fresh parsley leaves together with the 10 ounces of baby spinach. It's going to go into the soup. It appears like a lot of spinach, but spinach has a funny way of shrinking very fast. Once you put it in the hot water, this amount will be actually the perfect amount. Push down those leaves all the way into the water. Cook it for a few minutes. See? What did I say? It's not a lot. And now add 2 tablespoons of vegeta. If you don't have vegeta, chicken bouillon will do it. They taste very similar. Give it a good mix. Cook it for a few minutes. And then it's time to add the pasta. And guess what? Soup is done. Smells so good. See? Take a look again. See how the spinach has disappeared? And now my favorite part, eating it. Let's see how it tastes. Yum! Awesome!